Being a commencement speaker is more like being an imam at an African naming ceremony. You need the imam to do the ceremony, but as soon as the imam starts speaking, everybody looks at their watch with one thing in mind: Lord, when is he going to finish? So hopefully we can avoid that challenge this evening. I am not an expert on life, but I do come from a long line of West African griots. Griots are storytellers and oral historians. We are the keepers and transmitters of our people's history. Therefore, what I'm going to do tonight is to share my personal journey, and hopefully we could find some wisdom through that journey. I migrated to the United States at the age of 16 when I was a junior. When I arrived, I entered Poughkeepsie High School. When I enrolled in Poughkeepsie High School, school became my refuge in my new country. I had many great teachers who helped transform my life to where I am today. One in particular, Miss Felter, who is retired now and in Florida, validated everything that I am today. It was Miss Felter who once called me in her closet to tell me, "Hey, listen, Alhassan, I went shopping this weekend. None of these clothes fit my son. Would you like any of them?" I said, "Sure, I would like all of them." Because I came to America with $20, 2 pairs of pants and shirt, and an incurable eye disease. All I carried with me that day leaving my country was hope and a promise of America. Therefore, Ms. Felter validated my humanity without highlighting my challenges. It was Ms. Felter who took time to review the English regions with me. The day of the exam, she came in early to review with me that morning. 3 hours after coming out of taking the regions, we were back again in her classroom calling homeless shelters because I needed a place to sleep that night. That is the testament of a great teacher. Yes. 17 years ago, I was sitting in the same seat that you all are sitting today. But my story might be a little different than many of you at this point. Because I was sitting and graduating, but facing a very uncertain future. I was already enrolled at Dutchess Community College, but 2 weeks before my graduation, I received a phone call that my grandmother's house, who raised all of us, the roof has collapsed, and then therefore she has no place to live. At that point, I had a choice to make. Do I continue to pursue a higher education and fulfill my own ambitions? Or do I give back to the woman who has given me so much? After thinking about it, the choice was obvious. I dropped all of my classes at Dutchess Community College and took up 2 full-time jobs at Price Chopper and Stop and Shop on Route 9. And I did that. I would work at Price Chopper from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. and walk across the Route 9 and go to Stop and Shop and work there from midnight to 8 in the morning. I did that for 6 years. Once I was done with building my grandmother's house and a house for my mother, I then decided to go back to school. And then I wasn't sure what to study because after 6 years of being out of school, I was extremely insecure about my abilities at the time. But I met another wonderful soul, Miss Wiley, who is also retired now but lives in Hyde Park at this point. During our first semester, I was leaving class one day and she gave me a note. On my way out, I read the note. It simply said this: "After teaching for 40 years, you are the reason I still do this." And that took me from an insecure person to taking 5 classes the following semester. I did not make the dean's list. I surpassed the dean's list and got on the president's list. And within 3 years, I was through. Yes, within 3 years, I received my bachelor's and then embarking on life's journey. And when I transferred to the University of Vermont, my sister in the Gambia was diagnosed at that year with hepatitis B. The medical facilities in the Gambia were not advanced to treat such a disease. So we tried to bring her to the US to get the medical treatment, but she was denied the visa. 4 months later, she passed away. The grandmother who raised all of us 8 hours after she passed away, she also passed away. My world stopped. Upon my return from the Gambia, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with my life. I pursued pre-law with the goal of becoming an immigration lawyer, so that to help immigrant families. When I was getting ready to go to law school after taking the LSAT, my pre-law advisor asked, "Why do you want to become a lawyer?" That was very obvious to me. I told her the story of my family and what we had been through. She thought about it for a while and said, "If that's truly your mission, to empower young immigrants and to help immigrant families, law school might not be the place for you." I said, "Why?" She said, "Because by the time you are able to defend those kids in the courtroom, one of two things would be happening. They would either be going to jail or they'll be getting deported. Why don't you think about doing something that will ensure that they will never even have to see the courtroom?" He said, "That's very profound. You should have told me that 3 years ago." Not after I took the LSAT, but she was so right. And I could not be more proud to make the decision of embarking to become a teacher. Because today, instead of defending them in the courtroom, I prepare my students for the future. When I became a teacher, they did a 12th grade class. I teach U.S. history, government, and economics. Our U.S. history region score that year was 29%. I said, "Okay, I know one thing about human beings. Nobody is dumb. We need the skills, we need the confidence, and we need the belief that we matter." And I started that process with my students. Within a year, we went from 29% to 69%. And I took those ideas. And when I took over at my school, our graduation rate was 31%. The ideas I implemented in my classroom that year, I formalized that into a program and presented it to my principal. I said, "I want to do this as a before school program." She laughed because she thought that was a joke. She said, "What makes you think kids who don't come in on time, what makes you think they're going to come in an hour early?" I said, "I don't know. But I do know one thing. We all spend time where we see value." And she let me implement the program. The first year, 29 kids enrolled. All 29 graduated, 100% of them, and 100% went on to college. The following year, the program grew to 42 students with the same results. And last year, we had over 60 students who would wake up an hour early to come to school because they were learning skills that are impacting their lives. And as a result of that, within 4 years of being in the school, our graduation rate went from 31% to 81.2%. There is an African saying which is, "If you stand tall, it's because we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us." All of you graduates are standing on those shoulders. I stand on the shoulders of my Poughkeepsie High School teachers. The lessons I have learned in their classrooms are what I implement in my classroom to make a difference in the lives of my students. In 1775, when American Revolution was beginning, the first person who died for that war was an African American. When Crispus Attucks died that day, he didn't die in vain. He died for the cause of freedom. He died so I could stand here today and speak to all of you who are about to embark on this life journey. In 1865, in the middle of the Civil War, at the beginning of the Civil War, the blacks, the slaves were not allowed to be part of the war. But when the war hit a stalemate, the president had a decision to make. And when they were able to allow the slaves to join the Union Army, that's when the tide of the war changed. And the effort of those slaves helped to free the country and led it on the path that it is on today. And then in 1955, when a young woman said, I am not going to give up my seat because my dignity is not defined by my race. My dignity is defined by my character. Rosa Parks did not only change her life, but she transformed our country. And at the same time period, when Cesar Chavez said, "Si se puede," he did not only transform his life, but helped to transform the lives of millions of farmers whose lives are better today because of his efforts. And in the same time period, a 33-year-old minister stood up and said, I have a dream that one day my 4 kids will be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Whenever I think about those legacies and what they have built, they have passed the torch to us. I've been asked a lot this question. How do you go from Africa's smallest country to New York State Teacher of the Year? I am the first person of color in over 20 years to be selected as New York State Teacher of the Year. Thank you so much. My response is simple. I wasn't selected because I was black. I wasn't selected because I'm an immigrant. I wasn't selected because I'm a Muslim. I wasn't selected because of my background. I was selected because of what Martin Luther King said. I was judged by my character, not by my skin color. You know, last year I was going to work. I turned on NPR. I work in the Bronx. I was going to work. I turned on NPR and I heard this news. And I'm not trying to be political here, but since it was reported in the news, it's a fact. So I will just state the fact. I heard the news that the President of the United States said, why are we getting people from that S-hole countries? That morning on the train I cried because he was talking about me. On April 29, I got a chance to be in the Oval Office in front of the President of the United States. I looked him up in the eye. I said, I was born in the Gambia, but I represent the great state of New York. What I was trying to tell him was this: I might be from an S-hole country, but I represent a state you were born in. And that is my message to the graduates. Do not let anybody define who you are. Not even the President of the United States. Because with hard work, with diligence, with effort, you will not be stopped by going to the Oval Office. I didn't go there because I'm Alhassan. I went there because I'm the New York State Teacher of the Year. Now, a couple of key points to leave you with. Martin Luther King said that not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great. Because greatness is determined by service. Live your life in service. Make service your brand. Whatever you end up doing in life, make sure you become the best at what you do. Because if you do so, you will make a difference in the lives of others. Your crown, as Maya Angelou has always said, has been paid for. Wear it tall, wear it proud, because the sacrifice that the people have made, you now have the torch to carry them on. Whatever you end up doing in life, just do what you know is right. What is right might not be expedient. What is right might not be profitable, but it will satisfy your soul. As Maya Angelou said, it will give you the kinds of protections that bodyguards cannot provide. People will know your name, and they will add their prayer to your name. When I look at today my two kids playing in our backyard and in our front yard, not worrying about anything because that is their parents' property. And that's the same parent who 17 years ago did not have a place to sleep. And because of the efforts of the Poughkeepsie High School teachers, not only was his life saved, but generations will take for granted what many yearn for every day. Which is, we are all seeking the same thing. What I want, what you want, what everybody you will ever meet wants is one thing. They want to feel validated. And if you can do that for everybody you will ever meet, not even the sky will be the limit for you. And now the torch has been passed on to the new generation of Poughkeepsie High School graduates. Carry the torch, so years later, when you stand at this place, you could keep Poughkeepsie proud. I am so proud to go anywhere in the world and say, I am a graduate of Poughkeepsie High School. Whether it was at the White House, at the United Nations, in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai, I am able to carry that torch, and tonight I pass that torch to you for the next generation of the graduates of Poughkeepsie High School. Thank you, and may God bless you and keep you.
Teacher of the Year, Mr. Susso. Amazing story. Let's show some more love, Poughkeepsie. Mr. Susso. I want to go out of protocol at this time for one quick minute concerning Mr. Susso, attendance teacher, Mrs. Keenan. It picked up Daily News or New York Post. And she read about this teacher of the year, Mr. Alhassan Susso. She came to us and said, he's from Poughkeepsie. Poughkeepsie, I said, what? She said, Poughkeepsie High School. We made contact with Mr. Susso, and he had no problem being our guest speakers. Let's show him some more love. Mr. Susso. Amazing story.